Hello, everyone. Sorry for the movement of the camera in the beginning, but I realized I had to get this set, or else it would have been horrible. All right, I am also now going to get my iPad set up so that I can see you all. And it's just not working. Let's see here. Okay. So, welcome. As someone comes in, if you want to tell me that you can see me, you can hear me, and then I know everything is going well. Well, at least for the most part, you know what I mean. I hope everyone is doing a great day, having a great weekend, had a great week, all that fun stuff. Absolutely. We got hello, my friends. How are you doing? I hope all is well. And like I always say, I do hope I'm saying your name correctly. And I'm just getting some things straightened up. I keep organizing. Does anybody else feel like they have to do that? I am just constantly organizing. I love to do it. Um, which is also a dangerous thing because then I see things that I'm not using and then I want to use them. So, but no, that's a good thing. It's all a good thing. All right, so today have something a little bit different. We'll chit chat. We'll have some fun. Grab your craft supplies. Let's craft together. That's the beauty of going live. You can sit in your crafty zone or space and grab just something that you want to work on, and it's as if we are in the same room and just having fun, being creative together. So today I am going to show again, we are using our stash or using other items, alternative items to either create our cards, our journals, our albums. This is all about paper and what we can do. When it comes to this craft, now there are those that are specific card makers, and there are those that are specific journal makers or scrapbook albums, or somebody just has um, a internal love for pattern paper. See, I didn't call it an addiction; I called it an internal love when it comes to pattern paper. Others like to stamp, others like to die cut. So anything that you like to do when it comes to the realm of paper crafting is is a good thing. So always when you watch a video, whether it's mine, whether it's another content creator that inspires you, look at the technique that they're using. Look at what they're using because you could see that it can be used a different way. It can be stretched in a different way. Um, or the technique that I'm doing, let's say in an art journal, can be used on a card. They're completely interchangeable. And that's what I want to do. I want to inspire to get you, if you feel like you're sitting in that box, if you feel like it, and you want to go out and explore more, I want to create that path or that idea to get you there to be able to do that. So today we are going to use dies. Me and my die cutting machine, we are starting to bond again. She got a little nervous because I was die cutting for a while, so she was a little scared that we were never going to stop. But we did finally stop. And I've got some Easter egg die cuts here. I've got some small flowers, some fence lines, some clouds. Excuse me. And I've got some upside down chicks and some bunnies. And then I've got my banner and all the die cuts that go with that. So all of our die cut is done. You won't have to hear that and watch the camera shake. And we are going to make a small journal, a small type journal that could be used as a card, that could be used as a gift, that could be used to record the memories of your holiday if you celebrate Easter, or it can be used just for spring and that holiday. So, let me grab a couple more things. Yeah, that didn't work. Wow. Okay. Gotta fix that. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you from your die cuts how we can, I bent this paper clip all up, how you can turn your die cuts into pockets, how you can just do these different things after you've got your items die cut. All right, so let's dive in. Now, for those of you that want to know, when I don't say this, I get questions. When I do say this, I get hollered at. So, guys, look, for those of you that want to know, hello, Dawn. How are you? I am using products from Scrappy Tales, and if you stay tuned, I believe Sabrina's going live today at noon. I think I saw that early this morning. Yes. So we're going to be using the egg background stencil. I am using the upside down chick and these two eggs from the egg Carton Chicks. I'm going to be using this banner that says Happy Easter, and I'm going to add these ears to it because why not? And the bunnies are adorable. And then this is actually a beach essentials set from her, and I'm using this fence and the clouds, and then I'm using this background and these little flowers. I didn't want too many different eggs going on there, but you could certainly use those. So lots of mix and matching from collections, from what we have. So dig into all of your dies, see what you have, mix and match, and just have a good time with that. All right, so let's get started. Hello, Cordelia, you made it. And I won't get a little tiny comment that says, darn, I missed the live. So what I've done, this is a 110-pound piece of craft cardstock. This is Recollections. And it is cut to 5.5, and I kept it the length of 11. Which is why when we bring in our scoreboard, I'm just going to get these die cuts. You're going to hear a crash. I'm just going to get these out of the way real quick. And for some reason, I have just been extremely thirsty. So I'll be drinking lots and lots of water. So I'm going to, along the 11-inch side, I'm going to score this at 5.5. And then I've also have 65-pound white Recollections, and we're going to score these at 5. Now remember, since 65 is a lighter weight, you don't want to push down too hard. And yes, you want to score these at 5 because this is 10 inches by 5 inches. So this was 5.5 by 11. All right. And there is, as I said, 5 of these. You can take a shortcut and take these pieces and score 2 of them together. I don't recommend it. At least I don't do it. You can. I don't do it because I want to make sure I have the same crease on each of my pages. But again, we all craft differently, so that's a beautiful thing. Hello, Ave. How are you doing? We are going to use our stash of dies and cardstock and stencils and create our own style journal, which means we will also be creating our own background papers for some and all of the fun that goes with it. So I'm going to take 3 of these. I'm going to set 2 aside, and we are going to use the stencil. Now this is a 4-layer stencil, and we are going to create our background. Now, of course, you can see this is wider, absolutely. But what I'm going to do is line this up just on the edge, and we're going to tape it down. And then I'm curious, jizz. Okay, so we can have fun. So I'm going to line this up like this. I'm going to grab my painter's tape, awkward stretch, and we're going to get this in place. So I'm going to create a hinge on this side. And what I'm doing here, I am letting this side and this corner go into the paper, if that makes sense. All right, so it's stopping at the paper, and that's how that's being held. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a piece of tape along this score line, and I need that to be longer. So I will save this piece. I'm actually going to put it on what I record. Sorry for the shake, and it'll probably fall. So I'm going to go right just a little bit past the score line, and I'm going to set this down. So now I know that this is secured, and I'm not going to go past that, because when I take this and move this way and do the same thing, I don't want the pattern to come on this side. So I'm even going to take another piece and just double it, because I am a klutz. And I can fully admit that. I'm just saying. Because I just love to create. Hello, Debbie. How are we doing? Alright, so let's start. We're just going to have fun mixing our colors with our eggs. You can see you've got 2 layers that are like that. So once I have this layer in with the corners, then I'll be able to set this one in place as well. So let's have some fun. Now we can have all kinds of different colors of the eggs and the bases and all of that. I think what I'm going to do is have them all be a very pale yellow. So I'm going to use Butter from Simon Says, and I need a scrap towel. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Not quite sure where that went. So just a pale shade, lightly. The colors are going to be the decorations that come up on top, the different designs. so that's our first one. I'm going to lift this up and carefully pull this back. I am not worried. See how it's somewhat tearing the paper? I'm not worried about that. I'm really not. Again, this is a journal. It's not doing any damage to it. If anything, it's adding texture to it. Again, it's a journal. If that bothers you, just take your tape, put it on your skin, put it on your clothes, let it pick up dust, and it will not do that. Alright, so that's what we've got so far. I'm going to move this now over to this side. I don't want to go this way, even though I could. I absolutely could. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to, because I'm not going to put anything here. So I only have to put my tape here. So, and this is what we do. Do you like that sound? So I'm going to press down so that it stays in place. And again, with a stencil, especially a background stencil, you're kind of creating your own background, your own pattern paper, which is awesome, right? Right. Now we're going to come in with the next one, and I'm just going to center that in place, and I know this is going to be fine. Again, I just need to keep the pressure on the stencil so that the paper underneath does not move. That is what we don't want. So bright, colorful. Speck fell down. And again, I'm just lining up that top edge with the paper and then centering these eggs in. You don't have to, you can shift them. And same thing. Now, you could leave it like that. You could have used a different color for each of the eggs. You know, have fun with your stencils. Have fun with the colors. What you just want to make sure is something that I usually and always forget. Don't forget to mask off around it. But if you don't mind those colors merging together, then no worries. It's nothing to worry about. The next two stencils are the designs. Whether they're flowers, diagonals, dots, or anything like that. So now we're going to add those details. Here's where the different colors are going to come in. So I'm going to put my tape down. Now what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to grab some Post-its. Post-its are great masks, or great items to use as a mask, because they truly are low tack. They cover up a lot. And they're just easy. And they do not, again, these are made to not stick on paper. I could just continue to use my tape, but I don't want any more paper to come up. Alright, so let's just have some fun with some colors. I'm going to use a smaller brush. Let's see, green. Where did I put the, okay, down there. So the colors that I'm putting on top of the yellow, of course, are darker. Even if they weren't, they're just going to mix in. So there shouldn't be an issue. But I don't want this to be too dark. And of course, you're going to see all the spring colors appear here. All of them are just going to come out and play. And I just got ink all over them, but that's okay. So how is everyone doing? Are we having, I hope most of you are having some good weather. I don't know which one that's, okay, we'll just use this. Oh, hello, Flo, how are you doing? I hope we are working on something fun in our crafty space. Okay, blue, because we can't forget blue. So even though I used the blue on top of the yellow, it's still blue. So these aren't going to mix, if that's, you know, possibly what you're thinking. Now, technically, yellow and purple, that should give me what we refer to as mud. Nope, still stays purple. So you can see all the pretty rainbow of colors I've got going on here. And yes, I do use, I don't know what that is. What is that? Why is that? Okay, you know what, we'll just put that there and figure it out later. I have a blending brush for each of the color families. That's just what I like to do. So now I can lift this up. And we've got some cool different patterns going on here because I put the yellow base. We've got an outline of the egg and not just the decorations, which would have looked absolutely hysterical. Just it would have been entertaining. You all can say it. Yes. Alright, so let's use these, and then we're going to line this up, because this is how we lined this up over here. Now, what we do want to do, so see how I have ink on this side. I'm going to take this stencil, and I'm going to wipe that ink away, so that there is no chance for that to get down on my paper. Again, though, if it does, it's all good. If we can avoid it, let's avoid it. We can try and strive for that. But again, it does not need to be perfect. We don't need to use the same colors in the same spot either. So we can put them in different areas. And in a way, we're mixing. Why? I really, again, I am a lazy crafter. So if there's a time where I don't have to clean something, or if I can just keep going and moving, yeah, I'm going to kind of do that. Yes. Very much. Okay. Oh, eating a bagel. Yum. For some reason, I'm very thirsty. I don't know why, but I am. And that's okay. But it's just odd that I am. Choose the green. here. And I think I just have one more. Yeah. Alright, so there is that one. A little off, but again, we're having fun. Don't stress it. And now we're just going to come in with the last one. This is the fourth stencil. And now we're just going to have fun getting that set in place. And again, just adding our colors to those areas. And you can see, don't need to do much masking, which is awesome. And this is a blue. And I probably should have put that down there. Well, there's my purple. Let's use the purple. So this piece that we're creating is going to be our center. Sorry. I always do that. And then we have one more side. I do too. I'm not a... Okay. Love a rainbow. Absolutely. Very fond of a rainbow. It's not something that, though, honestly, I gravitate to when I'm going to create. Yeah, I just... It's just not my style. And I don't know if this is going to be even either, but that's okay. But I do like a, how is it, like a distressed rainbow. So if they're soft, muted colors, sometimes things do cause or call for, you know, bright, a bright rainbow. But if it is, like I know there was a, what was it? It was a butterfly that I did and loved it, but I had it dripping. You know, we created those drips to come down. So, yeah, very different for that. So, I know, it's different. Very different. And our last one. So, what we've done is basically create a background paper. But we've created our center, our focal point in the center of our journal, if we choose to. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's using a stencil. So far we've used our cardstock, and it can be any cardstock that you have. I have, for those of you just coming in, I have Recollections. The white is 65 pounds, and the craft is 110. Now, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to let this dry. But we've got some cute colors going on here, all that fun stuff. I'm then going to take these. I'm also going to set our cover aside because we don't need this yet. And I am going to basically lay these out. So let's get our inks out of the way because they're just taking way too much room. I'm going to put these in another area so we can reuse them. Well, Dawn, everything is wonderful grunged, right? Yes. Vintage photo. I feel it. Kidding. Okay. Got our stencil out of the way. We're going to get these out of the way because there's not going to be any more inking. I just wanted to do that inking on that page. And now we're going to have fun with the die cuts that we did. And we're going to build scenes. And we're going to turn these scenes into pockets. All right. So here I have, I don't want the cloud. So here I have some fences, and I'm going to take that one and I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put that one there. And we'll put that one there. And I think I'm going to do that one there again, kind of like the center. Kind of like that because, yeah, no. Or we can save that one for our centerpiece, but I don't know. But I do like it in the center, so we have that. Then we have our different eggs. Now, I am going to back this fence. So basically, we're going to put an egg here. We're going to do an egg there. I need to see, because I have a whole wonderful color assortment. Now, the way that I'm putting these down does not mean this is how they're going to go. I'm just looking, why am I placing that there? I'm just looking for, okay, this is where and how they're going to fall. And this is what I do. I get a lot of questions. How do you come up with these ideas? Especially when it came to the Spellbinders card kit. I think for this one, okay, then we've got the chicks. This is literally what I did. I would lay things out and then just drop it. I would just drop the items and put them where I needed them to go. Now, for the little chicks, I want to make sure that they are on top of the fence because these little feet are very dangly. Meaning they are going to break. And the ones that I'm putting up here, probably going to go with the front and the back. Now, of course, I'll change the colors around when it comes to the eggs. But these are all of the pieces that we have. We are going to make some scenes. That's what these are going to be. The other side of these are going to be blank. And of course, you know that when we fold our pages, paper's got two sides. We can have fun with that. And again, I'm literally just throwing things down, not thinking about it. When I start to slow down and I start thinking about placement, where is this going? Where does that want to fall? Where do I want to put this? That's when I start freezing up. I don't know. How does everybody else do that? I would literally just start freezing, because then you start overthinking. And again, that was one of the things that was happening when it came to all of the pressure. I love these bunnies. These bunnies are just awesomely adorable. I do want a lot of the bunnies for the cover, so I am going to make sure that I have at least 2. And guys, you know me, I die cut multiple times here. Alright, this one's this way. So you can have him there. That. I'm missing a couple bunnies. And I hope, nope, we got another one. We put him there. That and that. Okay, so I know that's my cover. And this is what I did. You just drop it. Just drop and play when it comes to your pieces. As you're die cutting, or when you have that kit, any kit, for me, my eyes tell me, no, that's a warm color. It's not a cool range, and you'll see that. So your cool reds, your cool ranges have blue tones in them. Your warms have a red or a yellow tone to them. And when you put 2 of those next to each other, you'll know, nope, this just doesn't go together. But with a kit, you know it's going to go together, because that's how kits are designed. And this is what I did. I used to take my card bases and then just start shooting things and just flipping them down. Again, not focusing to overthink it. That is what will slow us down. So now that we have our pieces, I am going to extremely carefully pick them up and now lay them on top of each other. And that's also what I did with the Spellbinders kits. I think there was one video, I think it was for June. I forget the year. I want to say maybe 2023? Maybe 2024? Where I actually showed this process. I think I did it at the end. Alright, so I'm going to take all of these, and I'm just going to pile these up here, because I know that that's for the cover. These I'm going to set aside, and we're going to work on these as we go. So, long live today? More than likely. More than likely. Grab my glue, going to need tons of it. Let's see. Yes, I used to do the 10 cards with the Spellbinders kit. I was very... Yes, Debbie, that stencil was Scrappy Tails. Yes, that's the egg background. The egg background, absolutely. I was upset when they decided to stop their card kit. I loved that card kit. I thought it was great. Now I'm confused. Did I die cut the wrong piece? Oh my goodness, I did, but that's okay. I am just going to grab some cardstock. Going to put this off to the side. I grabbed the wrong piece. That is just way too funny, but normal for me. Okay. So now I am just going to place these onto white cardstock, and then I'm just going to cut around them. So, not a worry. Not a worry at all. I'll save these. I'll do something with them. It was really early yesterday when I was doing all this die cutting. So see, we all make boo-boos. But we just keep going. There's no way I'm pulling out a die cutting machine right now. When you're also doing something like this, when you're creating that journal and we're going to do the signatures and stuff like that, you do want to make sure when you're decorating your pages like this, keep them out, don't sew them in yet. Because it'll make decorating those pages a lot easier. Now I'm just using, for this I can use my large scissors, and I am just tilting them. So you can see I have them tilted this way, and I'm holding my piece, and the scissors are what is moving. I am not moving the piece. It's the scissors. As I bring them down, I am just turning that die cut piece, and I'm just cutting around it. If I cut into it, it's okay. No one's going to know. But I do want the white in the background. And if you hear noise, that's my cat. He's having way too much fun. I am going to grab other colors for the eggs, just so that we can have the difference. And you can see the color of inks that I chose do kind of sort of resemble the colors that I chose for die cutting. So I'm going to replace all of the eggs with these backgrounds that I die cut mistakenly, just so I can have all of these colors to choose from. The colors that I chose were not the right placement at all. Yeah, that would be my cat, Max. He wanted to come in and say, hey, and play with his toys at the same time. Alright, so we have those. And then I know I have two here. And I have two here. And I already know that I'm off somewhere because I used up all of these eggs. Oh, maybe not. It's alright. We'll figure it out. Oops. And rinse and repeat. I'm looking to see if these were any questions. Yes, so I believe Sabrina is going live today at 12. For those of you that enjoy her dies or want to see something. And I think this collection, from what I'm reading, is all about our pets. Cats and dogs. So I think that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. She makes it look so easy when it comes to her 3D dies, her pop-up dies. But they are just the lantern. But I know we have these holidays. Again, spring is a holiday. I think for many people, and with the winter that some of us have had, spring is a holiday that will be celebrated. I figured something bright, something cheery would be nice. And then if you celebrate Easter. So again, we can turn our stamps and dies into anything that we want. It does not have to be a card. It does not. It's an alternative. It's a way to stretch that die or stamp that when we saw it, we just had to have it. We just absolutely knocked down, had to have it. Whether it was the details, whether it was the creator and what they created, we just had to have that in our stash. And I like creating different things. Right, Debbie? It will be cute. This release, the bits and pieces that I've seen and everything else. Yes. I just love how she puts all that. So, for those of you that love watching her videos, you're getting a double whammy. A double whammy of Scrappy Tales. But again, take these ideas, look at what you have, see how it can work, see how it can fit, and just have some fun with it. It's paper, it bends. Okay. So I backed these with the same 65-pound paper. And what I'm going to do is, I don't know how Biddy cuts with large scissors. I really don't. On some things, yes. On things like this, no. I don't know how she does it. Okay. And yeah, this was just that. Yes, because I got two there. That's why I had all of that. All right. So I want this one. Now I'm going to start choosing my colors. But I want to get these separated. And for me, it's not about the design, it's about the color. Because yeah, I only have 2 designs here, and that's fine. Now, I do want the striped yellow, because this only has 2 eggs per. And I'm doing the same thing with the small scissors that I was doing with the large. Cutting on an angle and just leaning up against that other piece of cardstock to cut around it. Like that, and then I want this one. And yes, I could have used the wrong backings that I die cut, but I can use those. They're better served for something else, honestly. And I think I want this one. We are going to add 2 different colors to these pages as well. So what this album, or excuse me, journal, is going to basically be, and we got the bunny. So what this journal is going to be is a bunch of cards. Because we are going to now take this, and I'm going to set these off to the side. I'm going to take my clouds, I'm going to push them up. Going to grab my scratch paper, my green, and the blue. Not the tape. We're going to grab these 2 colors here. And our blending brush. We're going to add a sky, whether it's light but it's just going to be some color that's going to come across. And we're going to do it to the other side. I don't go, especially when I do a sky, I do not go for the perfect blend. I am okay if it's splotchy, because to me, that makes it look like clouds. Now that we've got the blue on there, wow, okay. Let's get that out of my way. Yep, throw it across the room. And now we're going to flip this, and now we're going to do the green. Green may not be as high as what we went with the sky, and I am okay with the white line down the center too. Flip. There we go. And now we're going to have fun. When we take these 2 pieces and we put them like this, we've created a tuck, because this one will go down like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a dab of glue right there on that corner, and I'm going to set this down. Now they're adhered. I'm going to make sure there's no glue showing. And now I know I got to put glue here, here, and here. And then I'm going to set that down onto the page. I'm going to let that set. We're going to add our clouds. And again, these were all die cut with 65-pound cardstock. They're light, or it's light. For the clouds, I'm good if they cross over the score line. I'm okay with that. It's just going to add a little bit of interest. But I will make sure that the cloud does go over the edge, and I will trim it away. You don't have to, but they're not going to withstand. Again, they are only die cut at 65 pounds. We're going to do the same thing with these two. I want that to stand up straight, and this is going to come down on an angle. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here just to get these adhered together. I'm going to turn it around, make sure here, here, and here. And then we'll set that in place. I'm not letting these go off the edge. I want to keep them in. So now we have that. I'm going to put a little bunny on one of these pages, and I think I'm going to put him here. So we're going to get him or her adhered onto there. And the fun, we got to add a pom-pom, right? Got to have a pom-pom. You must have a pom-pom for the bum-bum. Yes. I so need to get more of these. Every time I use these buddies, the pom-pom for the bum-bum comes out. Now, Sabrina, also, when it comes to that die, not only do you get all the different style bunnies, you do get the tails. So you can also die cut, like if you've got felt or anything like that, you can die cut the tails from that. Me? Nope. Gotta have that. So that is one of our pages. The other side of it is going to look like this. They can journal, they can add a photo, this is the photo mat, whatever it is that they want to do. We don't always have to add something. By simply adding ink, you're having fun. Now we can take this cloud, we can add those, because I think they're just adorable, and I think they would just be a great way for somebody to journal in. I'm going to see... I'm going to put this small one over here because I'm not seeing too many clouds that I die cut. Looks like I might have, well, and I've got a bunch on some, and we will trim that off. So, first page, set. And again, we created a tuck. A tuck. And here's your tuck. Always check to make sure everything's clear. See, like there's a little bit of glue that seeped out, so we just had to clean it out, which was very easy. And no one's going to see underneath it. All right, we're going to set this aside, and now we are just going to have fun and keep going. Now for this, you can do it production style. You could have taken all of your pages, do the blue and the green on the bottom, set them aside, lay them down, and then start playing with your placement. Um, for me, I just forgot. Let's see here. Alright, so now here is our next one. And to remember where all of this stuff goes, or what I'm looking at when we're planning, is I've got two sides to this scrap mat. So I know I'm going to put 3 eggs over here. I'm going to put these clouds over here. I'm going to put this little tiny chickie and the egg and the bunny and then the clouds. So I know this is going over on this side, and I know this is going on in this side. If I have one of those fences in the center, I'm going to push it to the top. It's a method. That's all I'll say. It's a method, you know. So we're just going to do the same thing. You're giving the illusion as you're adding these things, you're using your supplies. A lot of times, I think when we see journals, we see, you know, and these are my favorite. I do lean towards the vintage style journal. Absolutely. I'll be the first one to say that. That is the style that I create in when it comes to those. But with everything that we have, we can incorporate those items in as well. It doesn't always have to be a digital. It doesn't always have to be pattern paper. By just using our stash, we can create one heck of a memory book. That's why I love paper. Love, love, love. Just saying. Alright. Now, I'm going to move that paper, because now I want to focus on this fence, and I'm going to line up this bottom line here, not on the one I just, okay, not that. I want to line up the very bottom right along this, and I'm only going to glue along this top realm, that top line. So I'm going to keep my finger here, and I'm just going to go on each of the posts, because this is going to be tricky. You know, I always have that one thing where it's like, really, Des? Must you make this difficult? Yeah, I must. Because it's what I do. Now, I'm going to push that down, and now we're going to bend the paper. And we're just going to eyeball where that line in the fence hits. And we're going to press. And this time, I hit it. I hit it right on the mark. Yes. And then I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to trim along that. I'm not going to trim the other side yet. Where's my piece? Because I want to put this here. What I also want to do, because you can just leave this white, and it's fine. It shows that it's a pocket. It shows that it's a tuck, whatever we want to create. You can, though, add green to the base of this. Yes, it's going to go onto the craft cardstock. It's not going to be that noticeable. So now it blends in more. To take away the green from your base, you would have to do the brown first, put Vintage Photo or Scorched Timber or another brown, you know, like a sepia, whether you have an archival ink or whatever, put that down first, then put it on your paper, then add the green, or add the green first to your paper, which would be the best way. Me, I do things difficult. I'm just saying. Just saying. I'm going to get this down, and this is going to be a tuck as well, but I have my guidelines. So on two sides, that what for me defines what's a tuck and what's a pocket. If it's a pocket, we would put it on three sides. We would also put it over here so that this wouldn't be open. I want all of these to be tucks. And I'm going to trim away the excess. Yes, I keep those. All right. On this side, we're going to have 3 eggs. So I like the purple. Got the yellow. And I really like the peach. So we're going to go with those. And I'm going to go with a stripe over here. And we're going to real quick cut these out. So we finally have a day without wind. How about y'all? The winds have been just absolutely nuts around. Now, again, want to make sure I don't add glue after that, so I'm just going to put glue here, here, and here. And I'm going to put that, so I'm okay if that's hanging out. We do have our egg that we want to construct. So I have all my little pieces here. I love the chick upside down in the egg. I'm just saying. I think it is absolutely adorable and fitting. It's also like for Easter, I like the bunny when you see the bunny's bum jumping in the basket. Yeah. You all knew this about me. I'm just saying. I just think it's cute. The little things that make me smile. I need my pencil. Oh my, that's wrong pencil. Right pencil. Now, for those of you that celebrate, do we have any fun plans? I was with my sister last night, me and the hubs, and oh my goodness, we played dominoes. Oh my goodness. We just had an awesome time. Went to a new restaurant. So good. So good. I mean, look at that. Is that not adorable? I'm just saying. Now, we are really going to make sure that we've got glue. It's another reason why I backed the fence. I want to make sure I've got glue going on those little feet. And we're going to get a little chickie there in place. We're going to start working on the clouds, getting those in place. You can see once you have, or if you have, your die cuts done and at least ready, that is something that really can and does save time. Die cutting's half the battle. Planning out your colors, making sure that you have everything die cut that you need. Absolutely, you are going to forget something. I do all the time. But the die cutting is truly what takes the time. Now, because I have all of the clouds set, we're going to continue to the other side, get the clouds in, and then we know that back side, or the opposite side, is completed. I am not worried. I want these to cross over, because as they do, we will be able to sew through them if I hit in those areas. When you're adding your die cuts to your journal, you do want to take into an account, okay, I'm adding layers, and that's why I only have 5 of these pages set up. So now we've got our other side, and now we just need to finish up on this one. And yes, we are almost done. We only have 2 more after this. So this will be a nice long live. Sorry. Looking for questions. I will not, I do want to let you guys know that next Sunday I will not be going live. My sister and I are going to get together for the weekend. It's our style of a retreat where we do absolutely nothing except eat, craft, and giggle. Instead of 3, I mean, we could do 3. So you could set these across and then that would be a pocket. But I think that's too busy. I think I really like the whole 2 egg. I do really like how that looks on it. So same thing, only putting glue on 2 of the sides, top and the bottoms. And then I know I have a bunny around here somewhere. And I think I'm going to put him right there. And yes, he's going to have a little pom-pom on his bum as well. Now I do want to keep him away from the thing. Matter of fact, he's not, because I just hit his bum bun under there. Although I guess I could. Yeah, why not? I think it looks cute. And we will clamp that down with reversible tweezers. All right, we have our second one done. Let's continue to move on. And you can see just how quick now that you've done that, now you're just in production style. Again, these are going to go to each side. This, however, this is going to go over here. These are going to go over here. This is going to come here. But this is going to go up. And we're going to do the same thing. So let's get, well, first let me get my little pieces here. Because it's faster if I have those. And then I can just get those out of the way. There we go. Now, since I did the fence the one way, where I put the backing on first, and then I came in with the green afterwards, I'm going to continue to do that. And if I'm shaking that camera, I'm so sorry. Alrighty, this is going in the center, and I want this to get set first. So again, we're going to do the same thing, but the whole fence we will be using. Now, we already did score our pages. We're just going to rescore them with our designs on top. Again, I'm going to take this down to the bottom. Get that glued. Don't push all the way down. I'm going to come in with my scissors, and I'm literally just eyeballing it. I don't know if it's going to be perfect or not. For right now, I'm just getting lucky that it's working. I'll be honest. It's just working. Now, you do want to make sure, and I've got ink on my finger. Of course I do. I am going to bulldog clips. I need that to sit there. And I need this to sit here. All right. Not going to stress it. Nope. It's a happy little accident, makes the journal unique. Right? Right. All right, we're going to add a little bit of green to the bottom. Again, that's just going to help it to blend in, nothing more. And we're going to get this into the center. Now, the only thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put glue all along the bottom. That's how this is going to get set in place. I'm also going to make sure that it's the white area that's going along the score line, not one of these poles if possible. So now you've got this long tuck, but it's going to be folded. So the tuck will come in this way and this way. Let's do our clouds again. And then we'll take this. And look at that. I just covered that up. Yay! See, anything's possible. So for anyone where that's like, okay, you know what, she really needs to do something with that. There you go. Just did. I get it, though. Absolutely get it. And then while we're doing this, we are going to take care of the back as well. Because we're leaving those blank so that pictures can be put in, notes, anything like that. We can add those images. That's why I'm not going too crazy either with the clouds. For the scenes where we have our pockets and everything, yes. I'm going a little more heavier, making sure there's 3. But that's because we have all of these items that are going on. So here we'll get our feet, our little chick, having way too much fun. Got our white egg base. And then we have our crack of the egg. Alright. He sits here. Now, we could put the bunny there if we wanted to, but it's a flower. It's a flower. I want the bunny to sit right there. Again, see how fragile that is. It's just very fragile. Again, I've die cut these from 65 pounds cardstock. So we really need to make sure that our little chick here is on top of that fence so that that image is very well secured. And I think I'll put the bunny right here, actually. And yep, you guessed it. Bum bum. Gotta have a bum bum. All right. And I think let's go with like bright pink. And I think I'm just going to lay that one down, honestly. And I'm just going to put glue right there. And I'm going to put that there. All right. Our next one's done. We got that. We got that. I'm just going to keep that clamped for a little bit. And now we've got our last one. And then we are going to sew the puppy together. Yes. Absolutely. All right. Everything is over here. Although I want something over here. Got all of our clouds. Let's get our sky and grass in. So yes, I am looking forward to our we have a fun time with the retreats that we create. Whoops, I almost forgot the other side. So we go between our two houses. We live about we're very close to each other. We're less than 5 miles apart. So it only takes us a short time to get to each other. So this time it is her weekend. We do little tiny swag bags. Yeah, it's fun. She does not do paper crafts. She will come to me for anything paper, sewing, crocheting, knitting. She's a cross stitcher. Yeah, my sister is a huge, very huge cross stitcher. I love cross stitching too. My favorite designer is Mirabilia. I love the ladies that she creates. I have her Midsummer Night's Dream. I actually finished it. And there's a Christmas one that I absolutely enjoyed, or I'm still working on. Her reindeer series is absolutely phenomenal. My sister completed that one. And I pushed that down too much. Let's see if I can get to this. I should be able to. And let's see if I lined it up. I did. I don't know. Luck, I think, is on my side today. It's an awesome thing. We'll add our green. So yeah, big. She also will work on felt projects. I forget, I think it's called felt, where you have a piece of felt and you sew it down and you stuff it, so it makes like a 3D type image. She has that as well, or she enjoys that. But other than that, No, it's funny. She has a sewing machine. I gave her my old one. And then I kept one of them. Um, but every time she has to use it, I did it again. How am I getting? There is something. Hang on. I did it again. I don't know how I'm doing this. Hang on. We must divert this crisis. No, that wasn't it. Somehow I keep getting ink on this little pinky. I'm going to get these off the table. She will not touch a paper craft. Again, with sewing, I gave her, when I was a quilter, you know, it's funny, for paper crafters, we have spare bone folders, spare scissors, spare paper trimmers. In quilting, you have spare sewing machines. And yes, yeah, so had that. It just so I gave her one of my extra ones to say, you know, look, here's one. It's a good one. It'll last. It'll do everything that you need it to do. I mean, she doesn't need to do much, but everything and then some. Yeah, every time she goes to use it, I have to show her. Show her. And that's okay. Absolutely, that's okay. Because, of course, while I'm showing her, I'm just finishing the project. So, it's just one of those things. Oh, no, okay, sit back. Relax. If it involves sewing, not much of a fan. Well, you can do a straight stitch, right, Cordelia? Or do you not enjoy sewing parts of your journal creations? Because I know you create journals. Sometimes people do. Sometimes, no, people do not want to get involved in sewing of their journals at all. I completely get it. Absolutely. I'm going to flip this little guy over and just put him along the top. I think that would be cute. And we'll trim him. I'm finding, yes, I do enjoy sewing in my journals, but I'm finding it's gotta fit. So, yeah, where am I going? Oh, there we go. So, yeah. I thought I lost all my pieces. It all depends on what the piece or the design is I'm finding. If I want to sew or not. And I want to get those there. I'll probably lose those. Well, you know, my grandmother taught me how to sew as well, Cordelia. it it would come back. But if you don't have the desire, then no, yeah, don't worry about it. Nope, I wouldn't worry about it. And I always hated when I said, yes, I was a quilter. I really wasn't. I was a sewer. I would ship my quilts out to a long arm quilter. So I didn't do the quilting. I did the patchwork, the sewing, and I did the layering, where I would put the 3 layers together, the backing, the batting, and then the shell. We call the top the shell. And then that was sent off to a long armor. They would choose the design with what they saw, what was created, and then they would ship it back to me. And then I would give it to the client. Alright, so we have 2. I want to put that there. And I want to put that bunny there because backside, of course, makes you giggle. Absolutely. And so I want a pink. The whole jumping forward has totally messed me up today. And it's usually not that bad for me, but it didn't help that when I was with my sister last night, it was me, my husband, her husband, and we just had a good time, went out to dinner, great food, and we went back to their house, and as I said, we were playing dominoes, and all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, gotta go. It was about, just after 11, so that wasn't a big deal. Totally forgetting that the clocks were going forward. Yeah. I think we're going to add a third one here. Alright, so I want to look at the eggs that I have left. Because these are going to go probably on the cover somewhere. I do want to put 3 together on this one. I could even go to a 4th, which, let's do that, and then we can create a pocket. No, I think I'm going to stick with 3. Never mind. See? Constantly changing my mind. Oh, that must have been wonderful to work with how they the Amish put together their quilts. It's fascinating. And I took a course on it. Yep. Nope. No. I was just very bad at it. Very, very bad. Could not get the coordination of it. Just could not. And they tried. And I stuck with it. It was a wonderful class. Taught very well. But nope. I just could not get it. I'm going to put the bunny over here, actually. Oh, so sorry. Yep, just whoop. Just threw that right across the room. And I'm sure the camera just went. Alright, we're going to hold that down. And we're going to glue that down. I'm going to put that there, and I think, no, I'm just going to put that there. There we go. Okay. Guess what, guys? Our pages are done, and we've probably been here for 10 hours. Okay, so it's almost 2. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Biddy's in the house. Yes, and of course she comes in right when I throw my glue right across the table. Thank you, Biddy. Missed you. All right, now that we've got our pages done, it is time to construct our journal. I know, you never thought we would get there, right? But we did. But also look at it, too. Now, putting the journal together and doing what we've done, all the stenciling, all the ink work, the gluing of the pieces together, we have just a few more things to do. I'm going to put all of that up there. I'm going to shift those over there because now we need room. I want that to dry. You know, this is what we've created so far. We just need to get these rescored. We've got this here, and this is blank. Now, again, always look at your pages, because we are going to come in and just put, and I have one cloud, and I'm okay with that. Let's get that colorway that we've been doing, green on the bottom, blue on the top, and you can definitely tell that this is Recollections 65 pound because you can see the ink that came through. And again, it's okay. It's a journal. Remember, a term that we commonly use with this is junk journal. I don't call my journals junk because I'm not putting that concept in there. I'm not, you know, taking things from the trash that would otherwise go to a landfill, but we can use. Have I made them in the past? Absolutely, I have. But that's not what this is. I also don't think that, and again, my opinion, you know, even if we use our paper scraps, again, those scraps are not junk. They never went into the trash. Now, if somebody does throw those away and pulls them back out, then okay. So, yeah, I know. It's a picky thing. So, remember, this is either going to be our inside or we can make it our outside cover. What I want to do first, though, and I'll show you what I mean by outside cover. And I think that is what we're going to do. I want to take these and I want to rescore them. So remember, these are cut 5 by 10, and I'm going to score it at 5. And what I'm really just trying to hit is where the cloud is hidden. That's all I'm trying to do. So I'm just going over that part. And again, I am not putting much pressure. I don't want to do that because you'll go right through the Recollections paper. So I'm just going down the top just a little bit to make sure that I get the other side as well. All right. Isn't he adorable? But I love the, the whole, bum of a chick or bum of a bunny. To me, that's adorable. All right. So now, here is our cover. We scored this. This is cut to 5.5 by 11. And we scored it at 5.5. So this is just a tiny little journal. Now we can take this piece and put this in like this. If we feel, of course we would put them the right way. If you feel and you look and you're like, you know what, I really, really don't like this design. All right, turn it over and now make that your inside cover. That's all you have to do. And then this would just be the outside patterns. And I glued and put the colors on differently. So we have to decide now what we're going to do with this. And here's what I'm going to do. See? We don't get upset. See? Because watch. We put the blue up here, the green down here. We didn't look at which way the eggs were going. So now the eggs are upside down. Whether we use this as a page or not. So I do like this side. Yeah. We are going to cut this at 5. We're going to trim that so that it's even. Again, we never stop. We just keep going. I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue this in on this side. Was this a waste of time to do all that stenciling? Oh, no, not for me. I had fun. I feel bad that you guys all saw it and we didn't use it, but we can get lost in what we do. But these are our inside panels now for our cover, which I think is awesome. So now we're going to look at this. I'm hoping okay. I'm going to put that like that. I'm going to do this like this. And I'm going to do this like this. So this is going to come down here. So we're going to fold this way. I see I have something to trim. There we go. So we've got that. This is going to fold this way. So we're going to put that down like that. This is folding this way. And we'll put that down in there like that. And then this is going this way. So now we have that full crossover. And those are what our pages are going to look like. We're going to get these in. We're going to make sure we have our top up. We're going to line these up with our covers that we've put in. And to the best of our ability, going to use the awesome large paper clips that Biddy has all had enabled us to purchase. Yes, thank you, Biddy. Yep. And we're now going to puncture our holes. We're going to sew, and I'm going to use my white waxed linen. I'm going to bring this up, and we're going to poke our holes. I'm going to look at my cover to make sure I don't have any identifying marks. Nope. This is just going to be a simple 3 pamphlet stitch. I don't have to worry about if I have something sitting in here. I didn't add any other papers. And I'm also not worrying if my pages shift or anything like that. Again, what I'm trying to say there is no stress. I'm going to get my needle, measure 3 times. Thread, and we are going to start sewing. So we go in from the center, at least I do. Pull, leave a tail. I'm going to come back up into the center. I'm going to come all the way down to the bottom, come out. Make sure you don't get caught on anything, just so. And then I'm going to come back up through the center. After I come up, I'm going to make sure, where's the tail? There we go. I'm going to make sure I put this on the other side so that this center post is between our two. This is really long, so I am going to pull on this one and then pull this, which will tighten it down. And I just want them close. Pull straight up, and we're going to put our knot in. I'm going to let that hang. I never know what I'm going to do, and honestly, I'm going to tie a bow. Our journal is now together. Now, you can take your bone folder. Again, we're talking about cardstock. You can see you've got the green coming off the top. You got the blue coming off the top. I know my colors. Green coming off the bottom. Plenty of room for journaling. We've got our tuck. 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 Tucks. Plain area. Our clouds are coming across, which I think is cool. And we've got a tuck. This actually turned into a pocket because I closed it up with the tail. Tail of the bunny with a pom-pom. Tuck. Tuck. More pictures and journaling. All right. That is our journal. Sourdough pancakes. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. Now, the only thing that we have left is our cover. I want to make sure that I put this stuff away. And we pretty much have all of our components ready for that. So I'm going to real quick close up those so I don't lose anything, because I cannot lose things. I'm going to get rid of these brushes because that's how I get ink all over the place. Just saying. Push, push. Need to clean this just a little bit. All right. Let's finish up our front and back. So I always take my journal, as long as it's a floppy one, like this, single signature. I open it to the center and I lay it flat. I know my front's to the right and my back's to the left. So here we're just going to map out what is going to go where. Now, I know there's going to be an upside down little chickie D So let's get that little guy together so I don't lose these parts, because that is what's going to happen. They're so tiny. But I've been doing really well by not losing parts. Don't know. Don't know what's going on there, but it's working, and we're going to go with it. And if it doesn't, we find ways to make it work. All right, so got that. And we will get this here. All right, we do have our, oh, well, okay. So that's going to happen. And you all know what's going to come in. Absolutely, vintage photo must make an entrance. I am not going to let these be a pocket, though. They're just too fragile. Now, if I had more die cut that I could layer, I would do it. But since I don't, no, we're gonna glue these straight down. I'm just getting a darker edge to them because now they're seen once they go on the craft. They're cut from the same cardstock, so I want them to be seen. We are going to add a little bit of scorched timber to these as well, to the bottom and the side. I get asked another question that I get asked a lot is, why do I do the cover and the back last? And I always do. I never do the front of one of my journals first. Never. It's not a thought. The whole thought process of the journal is what's on the inside, at least for me. And the reason is, first main reason, let's say that, is because as I'm working on the signatures and adding the pockets and adding all that stuff, there's nothing on the cover or the back that I can crush. Because there's usually a lot of 3D elements that come off of the cover. And all of that. The second reason is I'm using scraps for the front. So I want to make sure I've got to design it around what is left. And then I will know. And then the final reason is I don't know the name of the journal until after it's completed. So once it's done, page through it, then I know what to call it. And then I can add that to the back. This one's just going to have a simple tag because this will be sent to Sabrina so that she can use it in her show. So that's where this is going to go. And again, it's another way to use our stash. Have fun with it. All of these pieces, except for the craft and the white page bases, were cut from scraps. My cardstock scraps. So to me, die cutting is a great, it's an awesome way to break into your stash. This one's very uniformity. Yes. Except this one's going to have that little guy there. These are my spares. Let's get this all glued down. Again, I'm just going to get these tacked. I'm not worried about the placement. Now we'll get the fence line in. And even though this is also spring, I won't be putting any flowers on this. I want that to go right down to the bottom. And we're going to press. Okay, questions? Oh, hi, Heidi. Reagan? Oh my goodness, I missed you all. Let's see. Betty, you're right. It does. It takes... This is close to what I had in my brain with what I want done. It really is. But it's not completely what I thought. There was something else that I was going to do. I changed my mind because I realized it just wasn't going to work. You get the feel, I mean, for me, you get a feel of what the journal will be, what it could be, after you've created it. It's something that you think about as you do it. Again, I've always said I like to say a journal is a diary or memory book on steroids. Because you can make it anything you want it to be. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something private. It can be something that you want to share with the family. You make that determination. You absolutely do that. Alright, of course the bunnies are going to come into town. And they will have poofy bums. Poof, poof. Alright, now we've got this one jumping this way. So I'm not quite sure where he's going to go, but I do know that I want the ones jumping, I do want them in the air, but I don't know yet. Oh, this one's got to go right there because he's just funny. All right. And I don't know how. It's amazing how things move from the table and you can never find them again. We're going to clamp that down. Now I just found it. All right, we're going to let that dry. I believe we're going to have more of a show, and the last thing we're going to put together is our Happy Easter banner, and that's going to go to the front, and then we are finished. So this started forever ago. I think 2 hours. I think we're coming up on 2 hours. So we completed a journal. And again, whether the journal was a 6x8 or in case of this one's a 5.5 by 5.5, it's still going to take the same amount of time to put that together. So you figure in 2 hours, we were able to get our die cuts together, do our layout, do our inking, placement, gluing. We sewed it. So we were able to do all of those things in that time. For the die cutting, that took me, if I timed it continuously, I would say about 2.5 hours. Yeah, my die cutting, as I said, the die cutting machine and I, we have started to bond again. I think she feels though I lied to her. I told her it's only going to be for a little bit. I think she had a different definition of a little bit. And again, to get this part black, I just die cut that same die and I cut it out. So lots of paper piecing there. And yes, we have that there, but yeah, who cares? All right, so we have that, and then we have these little pieces. Now, what I want to do is I want to put ears off of this. And I want to double them up. So these ears are actually the lamb's ears from the lamb add-on of the ball, the orb, her 3D ball basket. I forget what it's called. Oh my god. So she does have bunnies, absolutely. But I didn't want the ears that big because I knew this was going to sit high. So I really thought that the lamb's ears are just as cute. Again, we can make our pieces whatever we want to make them. That's the fun of it. That's the fun of this whole process. I'm going to put the pinks of the ears inside. And I'm going to assume that goes there. I'm going to assume that one goes there. Awesome. And these tabs we are going to glue behind our sign. Now you could put little tiny, you could take the eyes and the face and put that in as well. I just wanted the illusion of the ears. And then I'm going to put just the different color of flowers. And again, just having fun with the placement. I chose two colors for them. Could have chosen more. Absolutely. There we go. And we will put a purple one right there because I like purple. And I just glued this to my table. And we're going to have that looking like it's coming from the Easter eggs. When I'm putting stuff on my covers or the backs, yeah, I will hit it with the glue. Absolutely. And we will hold this in place. And I think there's going to be one more we're going to put him coming from behind. And yes, that gives me a reason to have a third pom-pom on the outside of the journal. Again, I work with numbers. Now the issue is I can't get weight on that. Let's see if we can push that there like that. And we'll hold it. I'll see if there's questions. Oh, Reagan, you lost a whole stamp set. Oh. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I just lose things, period. I'm trying out those, I've listened to you all, and you've all have said, for the most part, oh, these are awesome. You got to get this. It's the scrapbook.com magic mats. Yeah. So I got a plain one, and then of course, and I've had them for a while. So of course, when I did that, they came out with the magnetic one. I'm like, really? So of course, I've got to get that. So I'm trying them, and I am liking them. I have to admit, though, I really like the regular one, the non-magnetic one, more. I'm finding the magnetic side, if I use it, it's really squishy. And it's just doing some funky things. So, but again, that's me. I must learn the curve. And because there's always a curve in everything that we learn. So I'm doing that. But so far, I really like the regular ones. Okay. So, this journal is going to be called, and I'm going to take a drink first. So, awkward pause. Okay. I need my pen. So this one I'm just going to sign. I'm not going to put my logo brand on it. This is for Sabrina. But I am going to use an archival pen. Yeah, Biddy, you know, it doesn't matter the size. You still have to do the same steps. You still have to do... The only way a journal gets quicker is if you use less or do less. And do you all know me to do that? I'm just saying. And you should all be saying, no! I don't do easy. I don't do simple often. It's just not. Okay, so I am going to sign this. And yes, my handwriting is horrible. And this everybody meet Bum Bum. Yeah. Bum Bum. Bum. So I got to make sure I put that in my journal. So here you go. We used dies from our stash. We used scrap solid cardstock from our scraps. We created our own backgrounds when it comes to inking, and just adding ink to the top and bottom. We mixed and matched our dies. So yes, the bulk of the dies represented spring, Easter. This comes from a beach essentials die. So that's summer. You can mix and match and use what you would be looking for. Okay, these are all the pages. There's plenty of room for writing. Lots of tucks, so things and memories can be tucked in away. Lots of spaces for our photos, if we wanted to put photos in here. So it's an easy way. What makes this one longer, now think about it, if you just used papers and used, collaging and all of that of your scraps, this journal would take anywhere between 2 to 3 hours to make, including the cover. You've got to add for this one another 2.5 to 3 hours for the die cutting. So you can get one of these done in one day. Now, if you want it a little bigger, you can do it a little bigger. But this is Bum Bum. And then this will, yeah, sorry for my handwriting. My handwriting is just absolutely horrible. I feel so bad. When I send cards, when I do send a card and I write a note in there, I don't know if anyone can read it. It's really bad. My brother-in-law, on the other hand, loves my handwriting. He thinks it is the coolest thing in the world. I don't see it. All right, so there is all of the fun. Now, you can tuck something here, too, believe it or not. If somebody really wanted to, they could put something right there, put a picture, because those two are open. So again, it's the fun of it. You can do that too, but why would we want to cover the front? These will be saved. Alright, so guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Just a final note. So I'm putting together some things. Again, I'm still building the community. So for those of you that signed up, thank you so much. Very much. I am so sorry nothing's in there yet, but I had to make it live so I could see it. And I don't want to unpublish because I don't know what that will do. This is all a learning curve for everyone, even the owner. Yeah. So what I will say is there is going to be a video techniques coming out very soon into the free. We're going to continue the concept of just creating backgrounds and having fun. Using very basic things. These are inspired by Denise Love when it comes to abstract art. Very much so. Cannot get enough of watching her. But these are just, watercolors. You can use watercolor pencils, and we're going to show all of these different ways to do this. In the paid side, we're going to go one step further. and you're going to see how I would create my own watercolor scrapbook, or sketchbook, if you want to call that. And again, it can be done in any size. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to take it up one more level when it comes to how to put those designs together, whether it's in an art journal form or for our cards. So again, either way. So both techniques are going to be shown. We're just going to go that one other step to say, okay, look, here's how you can put together your sketchbook so you can have them sitting in there, which we should all do that. We can all make our own. The launch. I've been getting many emails on the stamp launch. So remember, here they are. They are right here. Our stamps, they are not on pre-order yet. But the stamps, we will be going live with our stamps where I'll show you all of the samples. I want you to keep an eye out for Shawn Manley. His YouTube channel is Manley Made Minute by Biddy. Put that put that link in there. I believe he is also going, and I know I have my back to you. I'm so sorry. Yes. April 6th. Mark it down. April 6th. We will be going live Sunday morning. I will show you all the samples that I have put together. I have started for that. Also, keep an eye out for Biddy as well. She's giggling away. That's what she does. When she giggles, I don't know. And then stay tuned when it comes to this. There will be something special where these will be linked to something. So as we get closer, you'll get those details as well. So please make sure, I'm sure you have all subscribed to Biddy. Who has not subscribed to Biddy? Oh my goodness. Her link will be down below. Also, please make sure you check out Shawn's channel. By all means, Cordelia, you are absolutely right. His ideas that he comes up with stamps is absolutely amazing. And I believe Biddy just put his link up onto the channel. So energetic, so creative, takes it to the next level. So if nothing else, you get to see the techniques that he hides. And I think he'll be going live after me. That's what he did last time, and I think he's going to do the same thing. So that is what is going on. I am still working through, and I think I'm coming out on the other end. Again, appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I hope you can see that with all these dies, we can have some fun with it. Just don't put too many pages in there. You can see this. Now, will I put a bow around this? Absolutely. Let me grab it. And all I do is just use organza ribbon when it comes to this. And I'll double it. Because we've got to have a big bow. I'm all about the big bows. And I just take it, I fold it over on itself, and I actually thread it through what I sewed. Grab it. I didn't make this one long enough. That's okay. I'll put this bow in my scraps because this just needs to be larger. Yeah, so we'll just tie it in a knot for right now. There we go. And then it'll keep it closed, and that'll flatten it out too. I got a lot of dimension going on in there. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you... Oh, and Anthony, you just came in at the end. Sorry. I'm about to end. No, she cannot lie there, Dawn. Nope, love big bows. Gotta have big bows. That is not big enough for me. So, and again, and I'll use this. It's just got to go in my scrap pile. But I hope you have fun. Yes, you can make a journal in this amount of time. Use your stash. Have fun with it. Mark April 6th down on your calendars. These will be available. Wait till you see what you can do with these. Again, we went back to the basics. Back to the basics. Nothing too complicated. Nothing too... I'm getting the hang of how to design the stamps, because that's a learning curve as well. Everything I do is a learning curve. Absolutely. But I am truly grateful for each of you to be here. Thank you so much. I have a good time on Sunday mornings. I feel like we're sitting in a room, just having fun, and just crafting together. Because that's what this is all about. But I also like to give you a few pointers, tricks, things that work for me. They may not work for you, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a beautiful sunny day. We do here. And I think I'm going to go outside and enjoy it just for a little bit. Have fun. Remember, I will not be live next Sunday. I'm going to be with my sister. But there will be a video coming out this week at some point. All right? Take care. Stay safe. And just have fun with your art. Enjoy the process. Take care, guys. Thank you so much.